Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Avengers issue 11. And this was a pretty good issue because it really kind of delved into the whole Coulson aspect. Now granted, that wasn't the majority of it, but that's why I think that it was such a good issue. Granted, we had a lot of other stuff going on, but this was the crux, and it's kind of crazy. I don't know what to think about this, but there's definitely a lot going on with Coulson that we don't know about. Because he starts off and he's talking about how he's learned the truth, how he has learned from being killed by Deadpool and Deadpool killing his car. He owes him for that, and that he used to idolize heroes, but now he doesn't. And it's kind of very strange kind of Coulson that we got going on through this issue. And while that's going on, we get Robbie kind of talking and getting information from Captain Marvel. She's kind of looking into his car, seeing what's going on, seeing that it's kind of there's like an egg sac and a carburetor kind of stuff. He's like, what the? She's like, what the hell is going on with this thing? Is there like a portal to hell in the glove box? He's like, no, it's in the trunk. He's like, good. Never know when you'll need one of those. And he's kind of complaining about the homework, but she's like, hey, Steve gave me that kind of stuff, and it might save your life one day. And as he's coming across it, he does come across the name Mephisto. He's like, why does that sound familiar? She gives us the lowdown that, like, T'Challa's dealing with some, like, superhero summit. Steve and Tony are off doing their own kind of thing. Thor and She-Hulk are on a secret mission, which we then pan over and we see that they are having a date in Savage Land. But it is Thor and Jennifer, not Thor and She-Hulk at the moment. So it's like, okay, how's that going? And Jennifer does not seem pleased. It's like, okay, because they were watching like two dinosaurs fight. Now, granted, I'm like, yeah, that'd be pretty fucking awesome. I'm like, okay, but that's not usually Jennifer's kind of like top tier kind of date list thing to go to. So we are getting through the rest of the issue, and it kind of like breaks up into certain parts where we go back to kind of the date and all that. So we'll get into what's going on with T'Challa first. He's called this whole superhero summit, kind of wants to have more open dialogue with everybody and essentially try and get into a frame of mind to see where more kind of powder kegs are coming from. That's kind of like later in the issue that he terms them, like what's going on, what could be the next thing that goes off. And just for sharing information and all that, we see that since Tony's away, he's using all of Tony's extra suits as essentially butlers for what's going on. But we see like Captain Britain, the Arabian Night, saw all different kinds of other superheroes around from the globe, and they kind of wanted to. T'Challa wants more information because something happened off the coast of Alaska, and he doesn't know what's going on. And of course, we get the Ursa Major there. He's just laughing about the whole thing because the Winter Guard was invited as well, and he's like, "Hey, what about the USA? Why isn't there a superhero team here?" And it's like, it's because you don't know what's going on, and you want to be on the top kind of thing. You want this information. It's like, yeah, because usually T'Challa's been wanting to do stuff on his own or do stuff kind of Illuminati style. It's kind of cool to see this play out as T'Challa trying to be more open. But one of the kind of insults is calling him the King of the Avengers. It's like, okay, what's going on here? Wait, no. King of the Avengers was kind of used by someone else during that meeting, but still it's kind of used not in the kind of best manner. It's like, oh, okay, he's the one ruling over this, whereas I liked how the Avengers call it the chairperson going on. It's like, okay, because everybody's looking at this as the Avengers being used by Wakanda to spread their control, which can look like that, but that's not really how T'Challa operates. So, of course, the Major decides to go after T'Challa, and he teleports him home, back to Siberia instead of actually going after him, and everybody like applauds him for doing that. And of course, Captain Britain and the rest are interested in what's going on because he goes, I don't know what's going on with America and what's going on with their superheroes and what happened off the coast of Alaska. That there's a Roxxon asset there that was attacked by Namor and it was repelled, but they don't know what went down, what happened. And of course, this brings us back to what's going on with Coulson. He is interrogating this person, and this person, we don't know who it is. Even by the end of the issue, we don't know who exactly it is. But they're saying that they're with Coulson and everything. We see Coulson burning a Captain America trading card and says that he'll shoot him in the leg. He does, and says that it was the Squadron Supreme of America that effectively repelled the attack, and that this person that he's talking to is an agent of Wakanda and reporting back to T'Challa about what's going on. He's like, well, what's going to stop me from, you're just trying to stall me now. He's like, I got out of these ropes 10 minutes ago. I was just hoping I wouldn't have to kill you. And then they fight, and we see that some person's dead on the ground. I say some person because it's really weird because they kind of had similar outfits on, and we see Coulson standing over him with a gun saying, God bless America. Well, okay, that's kind of crazy. We'll have to see what the repercussions are of this, but this doesn't really very much jive with the picture of Coulson that we've seen in like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show, and in the Avengers. And I haven't really seen much of it in the comics, but I'm pretty sure that it kind of jives up. So this is a very drastic character shift, and I can't wait to see where that kind of goes on. Well, the other kind of bit that we get into is the whole thing with Thor and Jennifer. She's about to teleport back home, and Thor explains that he understands the Hulk portion, but he wants to get to know Jennifer herself and why she smiles and like take her to wonders throughout the cosmos that she's never seen before and still just only be amazed by her, and how that he does like the Hulk portion of her that could like rip him apart with her bare hands and all that, but he really just wants to get to know her. And this, of course, lets Jennifer stay. She hulks out and they share a kiss and everything. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool. And we'll have to kind of see how this goes. Now, it is kind of weird given what's been going on with Jane and Thor, but not really. They haven't gotten back to that kind of level at all. They just are more comrades at this moment, so it makes kind of sense for Thor to try and find another kind of love interest, and we'll have to see how this goes, because this kind of works better in his kind of defense, because this is a person that can defend themselves, whereas Jane couldn't defend herself usually when they were together before, and usually they would have to trade hammers for her to be like Thor, but it would be interesting if she eventually got Asgardian powers or whatnot, since she's going to be needed in the War of the Realms coming forward. So we'll have to see how everything like that shakes out, but we're definitely heading towards a point where the Squadron Supreme is going to clash with the Avengers, and of course the Winter Guard is going to be clashing as well, because they even start talking about that. T'Challa was hoping the Crimson Dynamo would come, and of course him be the more reasonable one, but of course one of the other heroes is talking about, I've heard that the Red Widow is the one more in charge of that, so it's like, okay, good that they've got that intel going forward. So there's a lot of stuff juggling and going forward, and I really like how this is being set up, because we got a lot of stuff going on with Namor and his whole spiel, but that ties in nicely to the Avengers' new status quo and seeing all the different kinds of superhero organizations and see if they can come together, and what's going on with Thor and She-Hulk. So I'm really looking forward to what's going on in the next couple issues. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.